Hi everyone, welcome to Possessed Guardians. My name is Laura, and if you've not watched our videos before, I do recommend you give them a watch just because it does explain a little bit about our journey. This is basically my journey into the paranormal world, specifically haunted objects and dolls. So I do have two possessed dolls. So I have Martha and Alice. This is Martha. Alice is just next to me. She doesn't like to be on camera at the moment, so she's there, but she won't be shown in the footage. I know that everyone loves to see Alice, and hopefully one day she'll be ready to go on the screen. You never know. So I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update today on what's been going on with us. So I think the last video that I posted, where we actually had us talking properly in it, would have been when I was house sitting at my friend's home, and it was a super strange, weird, a little bit unnerving experience. Yeah, we survived, and I'm sort of looking back, I don't know how much of it was potentially a paranormal thing as opposed to my imagination running away with me. Who knows? But I am most certainly, once all the COVID and social distancing is relaxed a bit, I will be going back there while he's there and just sort of finding out a little bit more about his home and the experiences that he's had. So I just thought today I would talk to you a little bit about some of the things the girls have been doing. So I know that I have mentioned before about our Alexa changing volume, and when we've not touched it. So that was something that had happened. But another thing I actually forgot to mention was that sometimes when I am lying down and I'm trying to fall asleep, it feels like movement and like my hair, like I feel like almost like someone's sort of, I don't know, like stroking my hair, I suppose. It's not scary, it's not unnerving, it is quite comforting, but yeah, it is a little bit strange. I'm not near a draft. I'm not near, like, we do obviously have a window, but I'm not actually, it's not near my head. I'm pointing where it is. It's not where my head is. But yeah, like, I obviously sleep next to my girls, so I thought that was quite an interesting thing, and actually it's quite a comforting thing for me. So if you have been following us on Facebook, you well know that Alice has been, or had been, get it to work, lighting up her cat ball. And it was really strange, and I don't know, strange. It was just really, I think, a weird experience. It was the middle of the day. I was plodding around the house, just doing some chores. I'd walked into the bedroom because I hadn't woke the girls up yet, and her little ball was just lighting up. I was absolutely nowhere near it, and yeah, it was lighting up. So I grabbed my phone, obviously, because I needed to do this little video. So from then on, it was quite a constant thing throughout the day. She would light up her little ball, and she would do it at night as well. What I did find was quite interesting is that she didn't really tend to do it so much when my husband was home. So as soon as my husband came home from work, the activity really slowed down on the ball. Like, she would light it up sort of when he first would come in, almost as if to say hello, and then that would be it for the evening until she would be in here if I went to bed first, and then she'd be quite happy lighting up. My husband did say that he did come into the bedroom once. I think he'd gone to bed before I did, and he said that it did light up once he had come into the room. So it was sort of almost as if it was her saying hello, but not being as open about using the ball. I don't know, but it was very exciting and very unusual. So the last sort of week or so, she's not actually lit up the ball at all, and I think that I potentially maybe scared her a little bit. I got a bit poorly I was holding her at the time. It wasn't to do with her. It was just a bad reaction to some medication. But I had been holding her. I could feel myself becoming quite unwell. It was a very short-lived fainting, nausea sort of experience. It wasn't anything too traumatizing, but sort of from that moment on, she has stopped using her ball, and I think that I potentially may have frightened her a little bit. And I did reach out on the haunted doll community just to try and find out if maybe that was the reason. Maybe I had scared her, because I just found it a little bit strange that activity stopped pretty much after that event. Now, as soon as I felt unwell, I put her down, because I knew what was happening, and I'm like, right, now let's pop her down and get myself sorted. But obviously she was still around, and I do wonder if I potentially did scare her. And the haunted doll community, they're amazing. They did say, you potentially you have, but you just need to just build up that trust with her again. So I figure it might just take a little while for her to be okay again and start using her ball. I don't know. We'll see, won't we? But yeah, so this is Martha, and Martha has absolutely no problem being on the camera. She actually does not use the cat balls. She won't light them up at all. She's got no interest in them, but she does like to use the dowsing rods, and she does communicate quite well through them. So I just wanted to show you, she's got new hair, and she's absolutely beautiful. Like, she was beautiful before, but now, I don't know, you might see on her face, she just looks so much more, I don't know, just look at her expression. She just seems so much more brighter and happier and glamorous. She is a little glamorous lady now. Yeah, so I did try and fix the hair that she had, but it was just so far gone that I found the best option was to just replace her hair. And I think she's a lot happier with this hair now anyway. So I actually did another session with Martha using the dowsing rods, and it was very unusual in the sense, like, obviously I did the first couple of sessions and I videoed one for you guys so you could see, and it didn't feel forced, but it almost felt like she wasn't quite, she was holding back a little bit. I don't know. So I did have another session with her, and super interesting. I asked her again if she was 62, and she didn't answer. She said no. I say she didn't answer. She said no. So she did answer. So I'm trying to remember the event. So yeah, so she actually said no, that she wasn't 62, and it transpires that she was 31. Now, I think that potentially the reason she would have gone and gravitated towards the 62 was because I had projected that I felt like she was an old spirit. And I think that I almost, if you believe that she is answering using the dowsing rods, I made her feel like she needed to be what I wanted her to be. So she went for that older age, and actually 31 actually feels a lot more well suited for her. And yeah, it felt actually more like a, I don't know the right word, like a genuine conversation. It didn't feel as, I think the more that I communicate with her and the more she communicates with me, the more comfortable we are with each other, and the more answers that you get that actually are, I say, correct. Like, you're not going to know, are you? Like, how do I know for 100% certain? I don't. But I think you either believe or you don't. You either have a feeling or you don't. And I do have a feeling that she is 31, or she was 31. Also found out that she was born in 1924, which is exciting and amazing. And I had asked some questions about how she had died. So I don't know if you remember from the video that I had with her before, where when I spoke about her husband, if she'd left her husband behind, she didn't answer, and the rods didn't move at all. And the same thing had happened this time when I tried to talk to her about her children and anyone that she'd left behind. But I did get a bit of a response, hesitant response, a slow response, when I had asked about the potential that she had maybe died around the time that she was giving birth. I don't know. She sort of hinted a little bit it was something to do with her heart, but how much knowledge would she have had back then about health issues that she would have had? Like, it's a different time to today. Like, today you would know 100%. I say 100%, you would mostly know any health issues that you have, whereas sort of back then, I say back then like it was centuries ago, it obviously wasn't, but, oh, hang on, what year are we? Nearly. I'm so rubbish at time frames. Yeah, so it was, nearly 100 years ago that she was born, was it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm doing the maths in my head. No, that wasn't when that was when she was born. I'm just trying to get the story straight in my head. Not the story, but just I have the worst memory and I really need to start writing things down. I'm awful for it. But yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. So she had mentioned that it was potentially something to do with her heart, possibly a heart murmur or a hole in the heart or something like that. But I don't know how much she would really have known about how she died in the medical sense, and I think that perhaps that those questions, the answers may not necessarily be as correct as they would be if you asked someone from today's age. I hope that made sense. I lost myself a little bit in my head then as I was trying to figure out what I was going to say. So yeah, so I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. I am still working with my beautiful ladies. Martha is still always next to me and always by my side, and Alice is pretty much wherever Martha is, Alice is as well. And I really hope that I can share some more experiences with you, and I really actually hope that I can get Alice to a point where she is more comfortable being in front of the camera, because I know you all are desperate to see her again. Yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe, follow. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. Follow our page, like our video. If you've seen anything strange in the video, please comment. If you've seen any orbs or any weird camera changes, please comment, because I don't always see them, especially when I'm making the video. And sometimes even when I'm watching it back, I don't necessarily notice because I'm too focused as to whether I actually made sense. I will be doing another video shortly about sleep paralysis. I had a lot of requests to talk about that, so I will be doing that. So yeah, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share, give us a comment. I know Martha and Alice would massively appreciate it. So take care, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.